Hello there, World of Tankers. Welcome to the channel. I'm, of course, your host, World of Blitz, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about the one, the only, the British Grenadier itself, the Chieftain Mark.6. A Tier 10, permanently enriched heavy tank. Now, that's what Wargaming likes to call it. I call it a premium tank because it's literally gold and it makes credits, and it's never going to be nerfed or buffed. So, there you go, folks. This is a Tier 10 premium. Now, is it good? Is it bad? Well, I'll be telling you everything you need to know about it in today's video, as it has come into the stores for the price tag of 17,500 gold. Now, if any of you have watched the channel, you know that I am a huge fan of this vehicle, but 17,000 gold is not cheap. However, there is good news. The gold bundles right now are giving away double gold. That means if you spend like 20 bucks or something, you'll literally get 17,500 gold, which is definitely a steal if you wanted to get your hands on this vehicle. I'm going to tell you right now, because you're cutting your price in half for a Tier 10 tank. Now, we're going to first start off with the armor, because that's one thing I always forget to do until I'm actually into the gameplay, which is then like too late. So this is the armor of the Chieftain Mark.6. It's very weird, because it virtually has none lower than the turret. Like, if you look at the side, it's 50 millimeters on the side. You're not bouncing anything. You can easily overmatch, like, even here with an E5. It has practically no armor. The lower plate is extremely easy to pen, only 108 millimeters thick. That means it's a magnet for HESH from FE4 202s, FE2 and 5B183s. If you're even angling it up on a hill, you can easily go right through that with HESH. Yeah. Again, does have big weaknesses there, but when you are only showing your frontal armor, that upper plate is an auto ricochet even with heat shells, as you can see. Ridiculously thick, so you will never pen that upper plate unless, of course, you're aiming down on it. As well, while this turret does have some pennable spots, and even when you load heat, sure, this is about the best spot I'd say to pen. When this thing is hauled down, it is ridiculously thick, even with full Callion. As you can see, this turret is strong, and it will be getting lots and lots of bounces. So the Mark.6 is a very, very solid hull-down beast. With that 10 degrees of gun depression, sure, you do have that cupola up here, which is very easy to pen. Don't get me wrong, I've been penned many times in it, and you'll be seeing that in today's video as well. But it still is a very, very strong vehicle when you're playing it hull down. Now, we're going to go back into Blitz and see how we can do. Now, sad news is I actually had to restart my entire computer this morning because, well, yeah, not like restart the whole computer. I mean, like, clean every file and factory restore it and re-download everything because, yeah, my computer just wasn't liking me. I think it might have fixed it, but we'll see in the future. Now, talking about the gun on the Mark.6, this thing has got fantastic dispersion at .308. It's got great aiming time at 2.8 seconds. Those two alone are great. It's one of the most accurate and just best guns for a Tier 10 heavy, I'd say. And in fact, every time I make a video on the Mark.6, I still vouch for this being the best gun in the game for a Tier 10. I love it. People say the Leopard's better. I think that the accuracy, the amount of DPM this gun has, the damage per shot, and the incredible shell velocity make this such a fun tank to run. Now, the average penetration is meh. It's got very good standard pen at 273. The premium, it's not bad at 326. Like, the IS-7 can work it with, like, 310 or whatever with Callion. So, the pen isn't bad, but it's nothing spectacular. You will struggle to pen vehicles like IS-4s if they're on any elevated surface. Now the HESH, oh boy, yep, that's right. This thing has 121 millimeters of HESH pen, which means, woo mama, you're going to be ripping into any lightly armored vehicles, and they are not going to enjoy that even in the slightest bit. Not even lightly armored vehicles. You're going to see me pen the side of a VK-72 with the HESH. So yeah, it's pretty dang incredible. And of course, it's got the 10 degrees of gun depression. Mobility-wise, it's decently quick. Got a great power-to-weight ratio of 16.0 and goes 42 kilometers per hour. Enough chit-chat, though. Let's get into the replays, because I know you guys are getting antsy, and you're probably like, Droidals, show me gameplay, you suck. So let's get into some gameplay here. Here we go. Now, the camo for the Mark.6 is only obtainable if you do drop the 20k gold. But I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know if you can get the... Actually, you probably can get the camo. I take that back. You probably can get the camo on the vehicle if you purchase it. But at that point, you might as well just get the 20k gold bundle because it's definitely a lot cheaper. Now, I do apologize if my mouse is annoying on the screen. Sadly, actually, I can just drag it off screen, I guess. But yeah, sadly, when I reset my monitor or not the monitor, but the PC, for some reason, it's not allowing me to get my display capture to work. So I'm just using the entire display right now. So you already saw a pretty nice shot from the Mark.6. That was the fantastic shell velocity there, and why I love the gun so much. That shell literally instantly got to that guy. Again, you can see there, even though it missed, the shell velocity on this tank is like no other tier 10 heavy, which makes it great. It's practically a tier 10 medium gun just strapped onto a heavy and buffed the alpha. So yeah, it's pretty dang solid. Now we're sitting at pretty hefty damage already. We've gotten this T95 tapped here, and we've already broken 1,000 damage. The SIS-4 is not liking me all too much, but again, I'm just tapping shell after shell after shell into this guy, and obviously I've got less alpha than him and more DPM, so I easily out-reload him. So there you go, nice shot into the IS-4. Now I back up. He's got a shell about now, but again, I'm not really too worried about that because I just watched him fire, and like, you can see how quickly this thing racks up damage. We're already at 2283, which is insane when you think about it. Now, I wanted to shoot this IS-4, but I was like, I guess my gun depression's not going to work here, but we're going to load a premium shell, pen it through the side of the IS-4 turret. Man, I hate trying to pen IS-4 turrets. They are so frickin' troll. So, just a word of advice, load premium when you shoot at the side of an IS-4 turret. Nice shot into the Chieftain MK.6 though, and with that we're sitting at 2974 damage. And about to break that 29, bippity boppity boop, thank you very much. You can see where the gun on this vehicle is fantastic. Sure, you didn't really get to see the armor work this game, but yeah, it doesn't work all too often as it is. Sure, the armor does get its bounces very well hauled down, but usually it falls apart, and you'll see that in the next replay. It can be very easily penned. Now that shot just, I really don't know what to say. Somebody, I don't know what to say, actually. But I didn't even care if I got shot at this point. They tried to HE me. I was like, yeah, whatever. I've got enough health to take it. I want to try and deal with this MK.6 over here. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. You wanted to see me load the Hester, actually. That's what I was really planning on doing, but yeah, I was like, meh, whatever. He's pretty low on health anyway. Now I'm just getting him in on the rear of him. Yeet! Nice shot into the MK.6. You dead. And the C-100 actually tried shooting me, but again, missed his shot. Kinda sad. So here we are. Shoot the 100 in the lower plate for 433. We're sitting at 4,998 damage, and with that, bippity, boppity, boop. And off your turret you go. So yeah, that was a pretty solid game. In fact, over 5,000 damage. That's pretty damn impressive for, you know, a very short game. This is only a 3-minute game. So this is a perfect example to show where the MK.6 is incredibly strong. There's really no other heavy tank that would have been able to pump out that amount of damage that quickly and as well that comfortably. Because yeah, you could say the WZ-113, but the 113 doesn't have the gun depression. It doesn't have the flexibility of, you know, the actual gun itself. This gun is just so flexible, and that's why I love this vehicle. Again, you're going to see here that it does well. Now, as you can also tell, I have been chat banned in Blitz. I don't know why. I tried to say 07 to this guy, and yeah, I got chat. Well, actually, I'm pretty sure I do know why I got chat banned. I played a game yesterday, and my whole team did like literally 100 damage, so I was so mad I downvoted literally every player. But that's probably why I'm chat banned. It's Wargaming having an automated system, but oh well. Now we got the MK.6 over here shooting me. You can see very strong armor haul down. Sadly, that shot did not go exactly where I wanted it to. I am in a bit of an annoyance here because, well, this is, by the way, that's the weaker armor of the MK.6 cupola. You can pen it. But, yes, don't you guys know, I'm hacking the game. That guy really doesn't like me. I'm going to be perma-banned. But, as I was saying, the MK.6, it's very easy to pen the cupola if you know how to pen it. I don't even know where he penned me, to be honest. I think he penned the cupola, but the hit marker didn't really show up. But the issue right now is because my ping's like 120, 150, I have to get used to aiming at cupolas and stuff, because those are the shots that are really hard with worse ping, obviously. But let's aim it on this VK. Look at that beautiful shot going into his turret, as you can see. And as I said, the pen, while it's not amazing, is still plenty to work any ridgeline. Now, this game will not be a victory. I'm going to tell you now. It's definitely going to be a pretty bad defeat. Sadly, my team just really doesn't go all too well. But this is an example where it's weird for me. On my screen when I was playing, that reticle is actually on his turret. But on the replay, it actually shows the server side. And yeah, it's definitely weird on the ping. But on the list, we're sitting at 1,450 damage here. And oh, baby, loading that hash. Ha ha ha. 514 buckaroos of buckaroos. Yes. Meant to say buckaroos of damage done there. This Mark 6 did get a shot into my teammate, but I wanted to get a shell into him because, obviously, the Mark 6 is a very deadly tank. My teammate's going to get a shell in as well. Bip, that's what you get for typing instead of backing up, and because of that, we're doing pretty solid here. 2,300 damage already racked up, and I'm going to shoot another shell into the side of the VK-72. My teammate's going to shoot a shell into the side of the VK. Now I've got his turret that I'm looking at, and we're going to try and get a shell right into him. Sadly, the Conway gets a very beefy shell, probably right into my rear. Again, I don't know why my hit markers aren't showing up. I don't know, because I do have them on, but whatever. Oh well. So now we're in a predicament. That Conway's got me stuck on the side. I've got the M48 Patton over here, and I'm just praying that my Mark 6 turns around, but he's not, which kind of sucks for me. I needed him to turn here. Why isn't he looking at the hill? But because of that, we're in a very, very poor scenario right now. Now, I'm going to try and finish off this Patton, but yeah, this isn't great. Finishing off the Patton, and obviously I know that the Mark 6 out reloads me, but I've also got to worry about the Conway. So, yeah, this is not great. In fact, this is definitely a defeat. As you can see, not every game's a win. And sadly, this one just wasn't going to be it. Now, I did get one more shell out into the Yagara, and I think I did actually get one more shell after this as well into the Yag Tiger, which is exactly what I wanted. So here we go, aiming in and fire, yeah. So, I did okay. I did 4,730 damage. I did everything this game and tank was capable of doing on this hill. You can see that it is easy to pen if you know where to pen it, and that's exactly what the enemy Mark 6 did. Granted, he got kind of mad when somebody else penned him in the exact same spots, but yeah, the Mark 6 is still a strong tank, and this game shows it's still strong. Sure, we lost, but really would I have won in any other vehicle? An IS-4 would have held that line, but yeah, at that point, my team just sucked. Really, they fell apart, and I'm not going to blame the vehicle for a battle that was definitely the team's loss. So, hopefully all of you enjoyed today's video. If you wanted to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. But other than that, the final review on the Chieftain Mark 6 is, honestly, as I said, if you get this gold bundle, I do think it's worth it. If you were to spend, I don't have it because I already bought it, but if you spend the $20 gold bundle, it's literally going to give you 17,500 gold, and that is 100% worth it to get your hands on the Chieftain Mark 6. I would suggest to do it because it's a great tank, it's very fun to play, super good haul down, super great gun, just a fantastic vehicle. Hopefully all of you enjoyed today's video. If you wanted to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. But other than that, stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.